had Alukard done a little bit more micro work getting those bombers around the back, probably could have done a lot more damage. But he's just going headlong into those Bofors, and that's not helping their cause at all.
Yeah, it's the best AA in the game, and it okay, it's the best infantry-based AA in the game, and it does its job.
They're starting to get exhausted here. It looks like they're slowing down.
Team 1 are launching a harassment raid with Rangers on the right. These sorts of raids, okay, it's $15 worth of Rangers. If he doesn't notice it, then you pretty much win the game with it. If he does notice it, okay, maybe you'll lose them, but maybe you'll take some stuff out with you, and you'll distract them. You'll redistribute their forces. Oh, that's a nasty bombing run.
Yeah, me and Rasko got on the communications. That was meant to distract him, and in place for that bombing run.
It distracted
so
me.
Now,
yeah,
Alukard now with no buildings, supply depot is almost empty. This game is not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, he lost his airfield and his barracks there, and his AA base. He lost all three in one attack, and with the airfield he can no longer land his planes, so they're just circling aimlessly.
Yeah, so now this light artillery in the middle is annoying me, so I made a couple of 3 priests. But I think the bomber goes and gets them for me anyway.
And if we look at the points, there's now a 300-point gap. It's just a second ago I was saying it was even. Now it's a huge advantage for Team 1. It's a major victory as things stand, which in the knockout tournament is enough.
Yeah, so here's another one.
Another infantry push on the left. See, Hoppa, often infantry are a key part of a strategy. They may seem like the weakest, lightest unit, but they're cheap and they can do damage, especially if you're not paying attention. Now Hoppa, he's French, and French get... The French heavy infantry is poor. It's very good, but it's expensive, and you don't really get what you pay for. So what should have been happening is Alukard should be providing some infantry support, in my opinion, anyway, for Hoppa. These tank destroyers are very weak against infantry. These priests, okay, they'll kill clustered infantry, but they're not, you know, invulnerable to blitzing infantry. I think they need some infantry cover.
And they're not.
Alukard really has an opening on that on the right-hand side from Swift's view. I mean that alleyway is wide open. If he'd sent some infantry down with a radio silence, probably could have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think there's, you know, in this sort of situation, you often don't have the confidence to pull that sort of thing off, but it's exactly what you should be doing. You've got to try for the risky plays at this stage, because as things stand, nearly 400 points down, it's not going to be a win. You've got to take a gamble, do something sneaky.
Yeah, so now my Jacksons and priests, I had to pull them back from the middle because he brought up these advanced AT guns, and I didn't really have anything against those. But I think I was saved by the remaining British artillery, and then come the fighters.
And
well, Swift, you did. Well.
They can't charge into the Rangers, so you can run away, and the Rangers cover the retreat.
Right, you get a cheap loss. You lose about $25, but you save all of the rest of your equipment in the back there. They have to retreat from that infantry.
Now there's Team 1 has got almost double the kills Team 2 has. Team 2 really have to pull something out of the bag to win this. They're miles down.
I think that was another depot gone. No, it just
No, it nearly falls. Wellington's only just get depots and didn't quite get its stack of bombs off. So another couple of bombs and that would have gone, but it didn't quite finish its run.
So Alukard again building an AA base and an airfield with no money remaining. Airfields are really expensive. Probably better idea to go some cheap buildings and get some units out.
And he's building more planes as well. He's no, I mean, if you can get a Thunderbolt run on a priest, that's up on points. Thunderbolts are 30, priests are 35, and they killed them in one hit. But That's not what you want to be doing. You need to be in this situation,
Sneaky.
like doing something sneaky. Maybe chucking 20 infantry units down the side, or something like that. That you can't play steady gameplay in this situation.
Well, I think we overlooked
Mass
that one
centre
good
fighting.
micro thing, you know? The P-47s just took down Wellingtons on the left a couple of seconds ago.
Okay, but that's not a game changer. That's a small tactical victory, but it's nowhere near a game changer, and they need a game changer now.
And
Yeah,
then he
it's
got
not,
out
it's a
heavy
good move.
artillery. You don't see that French unit very often. I rather would have had more SAUs. That's $150.
But he can't use the SAUs because of the Jacksons, and he needs to take out the British light artillery. The heavy artillery is good for outranging it, and the SAUs you can't use them because of these tank destroyers. And the British artillery is causing absolute carnage with its range and general quite niceness. So I think that heavy artillery is a good call. I just don't think it's, you know, I think it's too little too late. But there's nothing you can
Exactly.
do. In this situation, 600 points down, it's a lost game.
Yeah, at this point, if unless they start taking bases and overrun, they're pretty much done for.
Yeah, between them now, the entire team, they've only got one depot left, so it's a pretty grim situation, in my opinion. And there goes the last.
But anything can happen. Anything can happen in Ruse. So. But who knows?
The thing is, things can only happen if you try to make them happen, and they're not trying. I mean, it would be a long shot. Everything they tried would be a long shot, but it's a sort of long shot you've got to attempt, or you can't fail it, and you can't succeed it.
Seeing some good moves from Swift here. I mean, I'd say he's coming in, he's taking a couple hits, and then moving back a little bit, just kind of stinging like a bee, you know. I think that's some good moves he's got going on there.
Yeah, well, most of those I was trying to actually get closer to their base, but I kept pushed back by these advanced anti-tank guns. They were annoying me the entire game.
So here we got a heavy
Here
bomber
comes another
coming in
bomber
right
run.
now.
And that just goes to show you can kill AA with bombers and fighter bombers and fighters. You can all come in and kill the AA, and once the AA is down, you got nothing left.
Second
And the next bomber
Lancaster.
can come in. Kaboom. A lot of people are too scared of attacking AA with planes. I mean, if you say it like that, it sounds like a stupid thing to do, but once the AA is gone, your planes have got a free reign, and in this sort of situation, he's not going to be able to afford to build the AA back at home.
Good little side note on that is not to stack your AA. Try and keep units spread out so as not to allow bombers to do single run attack.
Yeah, you could have spread out your A a little bit better, Swift, but it was decent, I guess.
Well,
So
I like to keep them
Alucard's
in- I like to keep them in small groups so they have the same range, groups of 2 or 3. And then I sometimes have multiple groups if I need it.
Yeah, so Alucard's gone, and you can't see that Hoppa's going to stay in this for long.
And there goes the one depot that Hoppa had left in order to make some money.
That should be GG. Well,
Yeah,
does
so
anyone have any other comments?
Well, I just wanted to say I've had those 3 priests since the early mid game, and well, they really paid for themselves. They did a lot of damage.
Well, what I see as Alucard's mistake, you know, if he went air, he made like all those 6 bombers. He should have used them more carefully, you know, like destroying the depots to pay for themselves. He didn't do anything. He was just hoovering over, with the exception of that one howitzer destroyed and one AT base. he didn't destroy anything with them. He didn't destroy any of those depots that were vital to the USA progress in the tech, you know.
Yeah, and I think he came into the battle too late as well. Hopper was fighting, and there were points when you thought if there were 10 Rangers here, there'd be a big problem for Swift and Rasco, but he sort of was playing a very supporting role, and you know, it wasn't really working. It can work, but in this case it wasn't working. I think he needed to change tactics. But also, in this map, it's so small, you can't afford to build that much that early and expect to succeed.
That's right. He building those 3 depots right off the bat and those 2 buildings left him penniless, and there was no way until he started getting income to actually help Hoppa out. So it was a one-sided match right in the first minute and a half.
Well, I guess that about sums it up. Was there anything else?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna add to that, but it's not important.
Well, I hope you enjoyed episode 5, everyone. Please send us your replays if you'd like us to go over them. If they're worth recording, we'd love to do it. Also, you can contact us on the Ruse forums. You can go on our Ventrilo, dal20.cgservers.com, and the port is 2212. Otherwise, go to our website. You can also upload your replays to our website, ruse.talesfromthebattlefield.com. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh, and if you want to download the replay, there's going to be a link in the video video information.
Yes, definitely. Well, bye-bye.